Oh, no, no.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. All right, so welcome to the first day of our Konnect Creative class. I am Miss Cousins, one of your facilitators. All right, now we have looked at an introductory video on what art is. I hope you were able to watch that short video about what is art. Now we also have another art facilitator, Mr. Smith. So whenever you don't see me on a particular day, Mr. Smith will be doing some of the sessions with us. All right. The broad theme for Art Connect and when you're participating in our class activities is about innovation, recycle, reuse, explore, and grow. I'm going to allow you to watch another short clip about the importance of art in our society.
Who cares about art? Is art really that important? Yes. Yes, it is. Am I saying that just because I'm an artist? Probably so. No, I'm just kidding. But not really. No, but honestly, art really is important. Here are 3 reasons why art is important to society. Number 1, art can grab people's attention about causes that would normally be ignored. It can make people focus in on something specific. For example, London artist Steve Cutts uses powerful illustrations that disapproves the state of our society. A prime example of this is his phone zombie illustration. Very powerful image, very truthful. We are like this. In music, this can also be very apparent. Recently, artist Logic came out with a song that recognized the importance of suicide, depression, and anxiety in teens. His 2017 MTV performance really did bring awareness to this, and he used the National Suicide Prevention Hotline as his access point and killed that performance. That was such a good performance. Like, seriously. Number 2, art inspires us to act. This kind of ties into the previous point, but I'm gonna take it in a different direction. Art really has the authoritative influence to make people and businesses a lot of money. And we could all use some of that. The art of storytelling is one of the oldest mediums used, but it's still one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful. We utilize this art form in pretty much everything.
Chantal, can you stop present? It's disrupting the presentation. Give me a minute.
Okay.
You are currently presenting, so it's disrupting the presentation. We shorty poo. Okay, thanks. All right, so I am going to represent. I'm not sure if are you still seeing the presentation, everyone?
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Okay, great. All right, let me continue.
Not hearing though.
Yes,
Is the
I'm
sound
going.
being shared?
No, it wasn't showing because someone was presenting while I was presenting, so it disrupted the presentation itself.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to bring it back. Hold on. All right, so good afternoon, everyone. We have started. I'm just going to go back to the beginning of this particular video for those person who didn't get the chance to see it. So let me just go ahead.
Who cares about art? Is art really that important? Yes. Yes, it is. Am I saying that just because I'm an artist? Probably so. No, I'm just kidding. But not really. No, but honestly, art really is important. Here are 3 reasons why art is important to society. Number 1, art can grab people's attention about causes that would normally be ignored. It can make people focus on something specific. For example, London artist Steve Cutts uses powerful illustrations that disapproves the state of our society. A prime example of this is his phone zombie illustration. Very powerful image, very truthful. We are like this. In music, this can also be very apparent. Recently, artist Logic came out with a song that recognized the importance of suicide, depression, and anxiety in teens. His 2017 MTV performance really did bring awareness to this, and he used the National Suicide Prevention Hotline as his access point and killed that performance. That was such a good performance. Like, seriously. Number 2, art inspires us to act. This kind of ties into the previous point, but I'm gonna take it in a different direction. Art really has the authoritative influence to make people and businesses a lot of money. And we could all use some of that. The art of storytelling is one of the oldest mediums used, but it's still one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful. We utilize this art form in pretty much everything that we do. And the good stories make people rich. For example, you have a lady. She writes a good story. She presents her story to people. People are inspired and begin to buy the story to read. The lady gets paid a lot of money. The story gets so big, it inspires a motion picture. The motion picture is created. Businesses promote the motion picture with merch. People buy the merch. Businesses get paid a lot of money from the merch. The motion picture is released. People pay to go see the motion picture in theaters. The creators of the motion picture get paid a lot of money. The lady who wrote the story gets paid a lot more money. And as an added bonus, the regular people who played the characters in the story become famous and begin to make a lot of money. And all of this started from one compelling story. That's some powerful. Of course, that's oversimplified, but you get the point. Number 3, art gives you a way to express what is important to you. We as humans have a deep need to express ourselves. Unfortunately, in our fast-paced and uber-masculine society, we are not taught how to properly do that. Therefore, we need an outlet, and art is one of the keys we can use to do it. Dancing, music, drawing, painting, writing, sketching, photography are just a few examples that you could do. The arts are important because they are a way to stimulate our creativity, which in turn is extremely fulfilling and necessary for growth and progression. And it makes us feel good. There's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. My name is John Chase, artist, fashion accessory designer, supporter of the arts, and Beyonce. If you
All right, I was trying to get someone in. We're supposed to have another person with us. She was trying to contact me while the video was playing. All right, nonetheless, our goal for the session or for our Konnect is to develop participants' artistic techniques, technical knowledge, and presentation skills that would allow them to pursue any of the various art careers to be used otherwise in any area of living. Objectives: to expose participants to innovative and creative learning, enhance presentation skills to be used in future educational endeavors, or even for personal reasons. To expose participants to the variety of creative methods and art materials. Our outcome: at the end of the Art Connect classes, participant will obtain a greater creative skill. Participant will receive a certificate of completion, the opportunity for their artwork to be promoted on the Art Connect website and other social media platforms. Now, the timetabling stem across different activities or classes. We have the junior class, which is catered for age 9 to 17 on Saturdays, 10 to 12. We have the evening classes that cater for age 12 to 17, Tuesdays and Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. And of course, we have our adult creative class, which is on Sunday at 4 to 6 p.m. Now we have the WhatsApp group that prompt and send information all week. So if there's any clarity or anything that you need to know, you can always send us a WhatsApp group for that. You have access to the Google Classroom weekly topics where you can get additional resources and information about what was done or what is due for the next upcoming class. Now we're going to start a little art activity. All right, so this is where now the fun starts. Now I'm going to allow you about 5 minutes to just to gather these resources. I know I've sent it in the group before. Is there any question regarding the resources or concern? Do we all have our resources? All right, so the following resources are on. I'm not sure who already have them, so I'm giving you about 5 minutes or so to gather these information. I know I'm seeing Miss Green. Camilo? Yes. I think Shorty Poo. Is that Chantal? Poochie? Is everyone hearing me? I'm not getting any feedback.
Yes, I'm hearing.
Okay, great. All right, just gather these resources for me, please. I'm giving you about well, it would be 4 minutes now, so we can start to do some art making activity. Good afternoon, Miss Shirley. I see that you made it. Great. Miss Douglas, are you hearing me? I'm not sure. Let me text it in the chat. So I am not sure what type of device and we're having the different issues. So if you're unable to speak, please use up the chat. All right, so we should be gathering the resources or drawing book or plain paper. All right, go ahead. See your hand up. You can open your mic. I see your hand up. Chantal? If you're unable to use your mic, you can text it in the chat as well. So I'm not hearing. All right, so we're gathering the following materials. And this week is introduction to drawing, right? And we are going to be looking at this artist who has, okay, I see the, no crayons. Okay. All right, just watch this short clip. Let me pause it for a bit. So I'm addressing the no crayon. Remember, you can utilize what you have. So if you don't have the pencil crayon, your pencil will do for now, or you can have a pen or marker. But as time progresses, you can gather the other drawing tools that you're going to need for the activities. All right, so for today, if you only have pencil, work with that. If you only have a pen, you can also work with that. All right, great. So we're going to be looking at drawing as our introductory topic. Now, I am going to show you a short clip of an artist who has practiced drawing for a number of years and has now have a level of mastery in this skill. So I want you to observe the skills that he has acquired by those simple practicing drawing almost every day. All right, so let me begin. All right, what stand out about this type of art and the artist? What stood out to you? Anyone?
He's able to do the art without seeing, so he's blindfold. So that's impressive.
Yes, I think that is very impressive. And in art, we have what we call blind contour drawing. And you're going to be um, able to use the steps that I'm going to teach you to develop, on a step-by-step basis, how you go about creating blind contours or drawing in such a sense blindly. He's using a blindfold, but there's actually a thing called blind contour drawing. All right. Now, I am going to now let you look at a demonstration video in which you go about doing blind contour, and then we're going to create our own blind contour drawing.
Hello everyone, in today's lesson we're going to learn about contour drawing, more specifically blind contour. This type of drawing is the foundation or the starting point to realistic art. Imagine that an ant crawled along the edges of this object, and that ant is the tip of your marker or pencil. Contour drawing is a great way to coordinate your brain, hand, and eye to capture what you see. Practice drawing slowly and do your best not to look at your drawing or lift up your marker. Focus on what you see and not what your artwork looks like. Before we begin, you will need a Sharpie marker or a charcoal pencil for drawing, a few sheets of paper for several studies, and a sheet of newspaper. Tape down your drawing paper, then a sheet of newspaper above it. This makes it blind contour. When your artwork is complete, remove the newspaper flap. Notice that your artwork may look nothing but realistic. It may in fact look quite strange. Remember, our objective is to draw what we see rather than a preconceived image. Draw a few more pictures for better hand-eye coordination. Stay tuned to our upcoming lesson where we will learn about regular contour and pure contour. Until then, keep practicing.
All right. So as you can see that contour drawing really trains your eye and brain and coordination. So when you practice blind contour, as you notice, you are not looking at your surface, but rather your subject. And your subject is any object that you're studying. So I am going to give you the task. Hope everyone was able to see that video, right? So he employed different techniques and different ways in which you can practice blind contour. Now we often want to look at what we're doing when we're attempting it. So if you have your tool in your hand and your surface, you're always going to want to look at your surface. When you practice the art of blind contour, it forces you, or allows you rather, to look at your subject as much as possible and not look at your surface. Now I'm going to demonstrate another way in which you can do it. So you can just look at my screen. So I have my drawing book, and you know you can use your plain paper or your typing paper if you have. I am going to practice the blind contour with this subject here. I have a cologne bottle, and I'm going to be looking at the subject, and I'm going to now use a pen. So I'm using a pen for this demonstration activity. I am going to notice I put a paper, another drawing paper, over the pen, so it's actually in the middle. And I'm now looking at my subject. Now this allows me not to look at the surface at all. You should be able to see what I'm drawing, but I'm drawing blindly. So I'm breaking down and I'm observing. And I'm taking my time to represent the different shapes based on what is there. Pin me to the screen. So where you see, you're going to see my name twice. You have the presentation, you also have me, so you have to pin me to the screen. Is there anyone else having that problem? You can touch on my name, it appears twice, and you click the pin icon so you can see the demonstration. Are you seeing it now?
Nope.
All right, I'm just going to stop for a bit. Are you able to see me in one of the presentation? You should see my camera open along with the presentation. Okay, great. So Poochie is now seeing me, Chantal. So Miss Douglas, you're going to see my name appear twice. Look at the chat. You should say 7 persons, but indeed it's not 7. So you should see my name twice. Are you seeing my name
I
twice?
see a lady looking at no once. I saw Tamara is presenting, and I see a name by itself at the bottom.
Yes. So
Beside a
click on
picture with a woman looking around like on a wall. Click on what?
Click on my
The
name.
or the picture?
The name, you're going to see a pin. There's one that has 3 dots and another one that has a pin. Click on the pin.
Oh, the pin.
Yes, it looks like a little talk.
I am seeing both of them on the 2 sides of the cabinet looking, that circle in the middle there.
Yes. Are you hovering over the name? You should see my name twice there. Tell me what you're seeing. Just tell me, describe what you're seeing, please. So I can assist you.
Tamara is presenting.
Yes,
I
that's the
see
presentation.
you at the bottom on an S, then I see Tamara, and those 2 little things coming up at the sides. Teach your class, man. I'll catch up. Go on.
Okay, no problem.
I'll catch
All
up.
right, so, all right, no problem. So I'm going to continue. All right, let me see if I can just put the pen where I started. All right, as I said, this is blind contour. I'm just going to, let me just start over. All right, for this activity, I'm using a pen. I'm looking at the subject, and I'm breaking down by observation. All right. Now, the emphasis is not to create accuracy, but to break down the shapes and to use your eyes to guide you, representing your subject. All right. I'm finished. So this would have been the first attempt, but I start over. Right? I did not take up the drawing tool, which is the pen. Oh, this one I practiced before. So this was a continuous, sorry. And this is the one that I just did. So you're going to see remnants are looking like the bottle, but the emphasis, as I said, is to study the subject. Is everyone seeing it?
Yes, I'm seeing it.
All right,
Yes, I'm
great.
seeing it.
Great. So that is the blind contour. And as I said, it is to look at the subject and not on the paper. It's going to be a little bit challenging, but you're going to have fun while doing so. All right, so I'm going to show you some examples. So this is blind contour drawing of yourself or self-portrait person trying to attempt drawing yourself using the blind contour method. Right? So the activity now, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to try and get a subject, any subject. So it said produce a contour drawing based on material culture. And material culture is anything that is created by man. So any subject, it could be a shoes, it could be one of the tool that you have. You could use a blue bottle, maybe the same pencil or whatever you have around, right? Fruits, vegetable, utensils, any supplies that was created by man is considered material culture. And you're going to use the blind contour drawing technique that I just demonstrate and based on the video that you watch. All right, so I'm going to ask you to begin. And after 5 minutes, I am going to see what you have produced. By you just showing us, open your camera and show us. If there's anyone who's unable to open their camera, you can also send the picture of what you did to the WhatsApp group. All right, so everyone will be privy to see what you have done. All right, it's just a warm-up exercise. Look at it like that. Doing your blind contour drawing. As it says, it builds your eye, brain, and hand coordination. And after a period of time practicing, you get better. You should see improvements in your drawing. All right. Miss Douglas?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we're doing the
Yeah.
blind. Yes, you're hearing. I'm hearing you. We're doing the blind contour demonstration. So asking everyone to
Mm-hmm.
attempt that one. All right. So the
Okay,
five
I'll try.
minutes. All right, great. All right, Camille, I see your blind contour. What is the subject? The fan. All right. Great. Miss Green, are you finished?
Miss Cousins?
Yes,
This
are
is
you finished?
yes, this is mine.
All right, let me pin you to the screen. Hold on.
Oh,
All right, so everyone should be seeing what she's doing. That looks like a blender, is it?
no, it's this.
Ah, you did a cologne bottle as well. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Bert, are you finished?
Yes, I'm
All right, can you share with us what you have done? You
cologne
did a,
bottle.
you did a cologne bottle as well. All right. Can we take pictures of it and send it in the group so everyone can be privy to what you have done? So you send the drawing along with the image that you have, the subject that you have drawn. Miss Douglas, how is it
Okay.
going?
No, teacher, I am not showing you anything. I'll send it on WhatsApp. I'll send
All
it on
right, no
WhatsApp.
problem. We'll be waiting on it.
Okay, okay.
Chantal,
Mm.
Fuji, and if she's hearing. All right, so you're presenting. All right, what is the subject? All right, that looks good. Now I just want you to tell me, how was the experience? How did you feel while you were creating this blind contour drawing?
Weird.
Felt weird.
Yes.
Yes, it's going to feel.
I was tempted to.
You're tempted to peek. Yes. Tabitha, how did
Yeah.
you feel while you were creating it?
Well, it was interesting.
Yes.
I actually liked it.
Good. It's supposed to be relaxing. Orphea, Miss Green, how was it for you?
It was fun.
Yes, it should be. All right. And it's a little more relaxing than it's forcing you to represent what is there while you're looking at the subject. Because we tend to do that. You know, we say we want this to be perfect and so on. But this, as I said, it trains your brain and your hand and your eye coordination to really look at the subject rather than the surface. All right. Good.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do the next activity. So we have different contour drawings. All right, so we already show our art to each other. There's another demonstration. Now we're looking at continuous contour. This one is a little bit different. So let us check it out. All right.
Hey everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to do a contour drawing. And a contour drawing is really a drawing where you take the time to look and see what you're drawing. This is one way to improve your drawing skills drastically because you're actually drawing what you see instead of drawing what you think you see. And drawing what you see is a lot different than drawing what you think you see. So I'm going to show you an example of drawing this glue bottle. And everyone's seen this glue bottle 1,000 times, I'm sure. But what we're going to do is we're going to draw it today. And we're going to draw the outlines of this glue bottle, but there's one catch. We're not going to pick up our pencil. So this is going to be a continuous line drawing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to really look and I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to point to where I'm drawing. And I'm looking at my drawing, but I'm not really concerned really with what it looks like because I'm really training my eye here to draw what I see. And you can start to see, and if you make a mistake, that's no big deal. You shouldn't pick up your pencil no matter what. So what I'm doing is I'm going really slow and I'm carefully. I'm like, my pencil is almost following where my eye's looking. I'm coming around the bottom. So if my finger was my eyeball, you can kind of see where I am at. And I'm just going to start going up, up. This one's a little bit. And I'm really just looking at what I'm seeing. Oh. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back through, and I'm still not picking up my pencil. I'm moving slowly. I'm going to try to grab all these like texture lines where it's bumpy on the ridge of this white. I'm just going to keep going up and down. And if your lines aren't perfect, that's okay, because we are learning. And these should all be kind of messy. Because again, we're not picking up our pencil, we're just drawing what we see. I'm going to come up here at this point. So it's a little farther up. And right up here we have those same exact marks as we did before. And this is a really slow process. It should be quiet, you should be concentrating, and it will improve your work. Okay, and I'm following the same line so that way I can get to where I haven't been yet. So I'm going to kind of just drop down here and try to get to this label. I'm following it. Okay. So this is called the contour drawing. You're really drawing the contours of what you see. So I followed, my eye followed around, my pencil did the same thing. Now what you want to do is you want to practice this a couple of times. And so I'm going to turn over and do the same thing again. You guys are going to practice drawing objects at your table. We're going to do some seashells, just to practice doing the contour of what you see.
All right, Miss Douglas, I am remembering that you're unable to see the video. So what I'm going to do is to post the link in the WhatsApp group, so at least you can follow there. So if you click on the link,
grateful.
yes. All right. So let me do that. And remember, I try to find out what is happening with all my participants so I can cater to the different needs regardless of the challenges that we're facing. So I know that we have the technical difficulties, the internet and so on, but I try my best to ensure
That's
that.
okay.
All right. So let me just post all the links for the videos so you can watch them. All right, so we all have access to those videos that we have watched. So we looked at the blind contour, that was the first one, and we just watched the continuous contour. So you can go ahead and watch it. And then we're going to do the activity based on the demonstration that was just played. All right, great. All right, so the step, as you realize, this one now allows you to look at your surface, everyone. And the only difference is, what is the difference? What did we notice in this one?
Is it that she did not cover?
Yeah, so there's no covering. So this one, you're not doing it blindly in a sense. So you're now allowed to look at the surface, but you're not allowed to lift up your pencil. So it's a continuous line. So that is why it's called continuous contour, because it is a continuous line that you use to really follow the contours, which is the outer line of your subject. So you can use the same subject that you did for the blind contour or a different one. And we're going to try and create this continuous contour. Now this one takes a longer period. So I'm going to give you at least 15 minutes to get it down depending on what you're drawing. If you're finished, as I said, you can just let us know. You can post it in the WhatsApp group and then we discuss it when everyone is finished. All right? So go ahead and do that for me.
Okay.
Draw about the same object that we did before?
You can draw the same object or you can study another one. All right, so I'm going to do my headphone. I have a headphone here with the continuous contour. And I'm going to try and use a marker for this one. You can use back the same pencil that you have. You can use a pen, use a crayon, as we said before. But I'm going to try and do the headphone. Alright, so I know you're still working, but this is what I've accomplished with the continuous contour. I did not take off the drawing. This is the marker that I used. Right?
Question.
Yes.
Is it a case whereby I can look but just continue drawing without lifting up the pencil?
Yes, that is what you can do. You can look at your subject. So you can look at it as much as you want to, like 50% looking, 50% with the hand on the surface. We should not take off the drawing tool. Like I said, if it's your first time, it's going to be a little bit challenging, but you're going to get the hang of it the more you practice doing it. All right?
Oh, I thought I was supposed to do it blindly. Okay.
No. How is it going, everyone?
Rocky.
You're going to have your challenges, man. But you're going to have to be patient with yourself. As I said, you're going to encounter these challenges. But
Okay.
the more you practice, you should be better at it. But it's really not for you to put down the exact thing, but as I said, for you to really start to look at your subjects and more in such a way that when you're able to create more detailed drawings, you know what it is to really observe the contours of your subjects. All right.
Okay.
All right. So Chantal is showing us her continuous mark. Let me pin it to the screen. Use a different subject. I'm not seeing it. Can show us again. Ah, it's an Axe deodorant. Great. And I've seen where you now have observed what you have and use a continuous line. It is very evident. Great. All right. Miss Green, are you finished?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
All right, you can show us what you have.
Where is mine?
Wonderful. And this is a continuous mark, right? Did you take off the drawing tool?
What was that?
Did you take off the drawing tool at any part in time? Did you?
No, I didn't.
Great. Wonderful. Camila, how is it going? All right.
I posted it in the WhatsApp group. I'm not sure how to sort out the video on this.
All right. So I'm looking at it now, and this look like your honey bottle.
Yes.
All right. And you did the continuous line, right?
Correct.
Very good. I see that you have observed even the lines and the detail in the bottle. Great going. This is very good. All right. So, Mr. Burke, can we see yours? Miss Douglas, how is it going? Have you watched the videos?
Teacher, I'm not prepared for class today, but I'll do so well the next class. You'll be proud of me.
All right. All right, Mr. Burke.
All right. Same subject.
Same subject. All right. Can you put it a bit closer for us? All right. Go up like you're going to the ceiling now. Awesome. All right. And it's the same subject you said, right?
Yes.
Great going. And I've seen you using it continuously. Did you take up your hand at any point in time?
No.
Great. All right. So
Okay.
can you tell me what is the difference between the first one and this one? How you found it? Compare them now.
Well, this one was a bit easy. At least you can see what you're doing, with the exception of you removing your hand from the paper. Sometimes you feel tempted to go back, but you have to remember the type of drawing that you're doing and just move forward.
Awesome. Yes. Quite so. So as I said, we're going to encounter these challenges, these temptation, but with practice and you get what it is doing. It's really actually letting you be more relaxed in each step and each technique that you're now practicing. All right.
Right.
So we are now going to look at a third contour type of drawing. We have these are some examples, some sample continuous contour drawing. So you have a start point or a start line and you have a continuous mark with it. So you can practice with different subjects. You notice this one have a hand, this one have a complete portrait, right? So the upper torso and profile of a female. So with this practice, you can realize that you can make really expressive and intricate drawings, pure line drawings, just using contours. All right. So the next one, we're going to watch a video and we're going to try to see what it entails. All right. This one is called modify contour drawing. Modify, as the name said, we are now allowed to take up our hands and go back and make adjustments, so it's more detailed. Now this presenter challenged himself by using a continuous line with this modify contour. But the modify contour, you can now lift up your hands, but you should look at your subject more than how you look at your surface. All right, so that is the last video we're on, Miss Douglas. So you can watch it. That is if you have not watched it as
Yeah.
yet, the last one. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and show it to the others.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I hope you're able to see and follow that modify contour. But what with the exception that he used continuous line and then he embellished the shadow by creating washes. All right, so that is the last video that I posted in the WhatsApp group if you were able to follow here. Now the modify contour now allows you, as we said, the opportunity for you to create detailed drawing. And here are some samples what you can create when you use the technique of modify contour drawing. So if you see the leaf here, it has a lot more detail. And then after you have created your contour drawing, the next step is to know how you go about creating or adding value and tones to your drawing. So that is going to be the next class when we engage. How do we shade and tone and add a different shading technique to make your work look realistic? But we have to practice creating contour lines, the outlines of your subject. All right, so that is the leaf here. Now you're going to practice the modify contour by producing a drawing based on the same material culture. Now the challenge is for you to use at least two subjects this time, and you're going to create a composition for you to create that modify contour. And this time I'm going to give you 30 minutes to do this. So your subject should have details, it should have lines and shape, and you're going to exercise the same technique what we have been looking at. Um, Looking at your subject, the outline, and breaking it down. All right, Miss Douglas, I see your hand up. Do you have a question?
No, no, teacher.
All right. Okay, great. So while you're doing that, I'm also going to attempt doing the same. I'm going to use plain paper. As I said, you can use the different drawing surface that you have available to you. For this one, I'm going to use my pencil crayons. As I said, you can stick to what you have or you can utilize different ones.
Miss, can I use a person?
Yes, you
Okay.
can use a person.
Mario.
All right, how is it going?
Let's just say it's going.
All right, sounds good. Miss Green.
It's going, miss.
Yes,
All
I
right,
like it.
Mr. Berg.
It's going.
All right. It's
Which
good.
area?
How is it
Find out.
going?
Going.
All right. I can't wait to see when it reach. All right. Alright, so I did mine. This is my contour drawing. And I used two bottles. I used two bottles for this particular one. This is how I set them up. So these are the two. Alright. And I use a pencil crayon because this bottle had some purple and so on it. I use this one. And then I use a blue because this one has a little blue on it. So this is a pencil crayon. right. Is there anyone who's finished or close to?
Almost.
I sent mine to the WhatsApp group.
All right, let me go ahead and check it now. Who else is still working? Anyone working?
Almost finished.
All right, this is very good. I'm seeing Camila's work. This is very detailed. You use a pencil, right, Camila?
Yes.
Yes, great. Very good. All right, we're waiting for the others. About 5 more minutes. Is that okay? Who's ready to show? Miss Green, are you ready to show us, or you need 5 more minutes?
5 more minutes, please.
All right, no problem.
Sent mine to the WhatsApp group.
All right, let me go and check it out as well. Let me look at it.
Oh God.
Nice. I like.
Yes. Quite detailed. Very good. You notice the composition itself, like the angle and so on. Very good.
This mean for that jar.
I'm going to send my name.
Yes, send it in the group. Go ahead. As you notice, this one takes a little bit more time and patience because you have to create your composition. All right. I see the portrait. How long you had to sit there for? You can take up, well, this picture will suffice because you can use by the same picture as a reference going forward. Well, very good.
What do you say?
I see that you started to add a shading to it, Miss Green. Realize you
Yes.
started to shade it.
Mama, let's see.
You woke up your you woke up your subject, your model.
Yes, I did.
Telling me what he did a great job of posing for you.
I tell you a good job.
All right. Chantal, Gucci, how is it going? You finish?
Yes. Yes, this is what I have so far.
What? A person already started to shade and had things. So you can send it to the group so everybody can get a chance to see what you did. These are very good. I see that Miss Green is having fun doing her artwork.
Yes, I did.
Great, that's good. That's
Seeing
good
it,
to
me?
Yes, I'm seeing it. And that's a bottle. What are the subjects that you have?
Huh?
I was asking what are the subjects that you have? The objects that you have? You have drawn. What are they? I'm seeing a bottle. Is that a watch beside it? It's not clear. It's a bit dark. Are you able to send it in the group? Chantal, you're able to send it? All right. Now, how did you, while we wait on her, how did you find this exercise? Because I know that I gave you some more time and it was deliberate because this one takes a little time for you to observe and to modify as the name suggests. How did you find this one?
It wasn't bad at all. Actually, it made drawing seem a little bit easier.
Yes.
All right.
So it's a skill that you are now developing once you got the chance to now look at your subject. And drawing helps you to develop observational skill. And that is one of the great thing about art. You draw what you literally see, what is in front of you. And you get better at it based on the lines that you put down and how you observe the shape and how you represent the subjects, right? So it's not so much of perfection, especially when you're just attempting, but to really observe your subject as you go. All right. So I'm glad that you're having fun while you are engaging with the activities. And as I said, it breaks down and it makes it a little bit more clearer how you approach drawing and how artists themselves create works of art when they represent their different subjects. So I'm now going to show you some other subjects based on the different contour that we just engaged with. So first we looked at blind contour, right? And we understand that blind contour is really challenging, where it challenges your eye to look at the subject rather than your surface. Where this one, you can take up your hand and make adjustment, but you cannot see the surface at all. So the artwork comes out a little bit quirky and distorted. Agree? Right? So
Yeah.
for the blind contour, yes. So this is an example of an artist representation of blind contour. It's a composition with bottles and jars, and it's an entire composition that was laid down using that technique. I'm going to look at another one, same subject, continuous contour. So here we have another bottle, and we have a start line and we have an end line. And this one now, you are not allowed to lift up your pencil, but you are allowed to look at your subject and the surface while you draw. So now you're training your eye to follow the contours or the outline, the outer surface of your subject in which you're looking at. Right? Now the modify contour. This now allows you to achieve great details by going back and, as the name suggests, modify, making alteration, or adding lines, adding shapes each time you observe your subject. All right, so that is what we have looked at this afternoon. I'm going to show you a quick chart or diagram that shows you the breakdown some more. It's a blind contour portrait. So I noticed Miss Green tried to create her subject, live model. So you can't look but you can lift your pencil for the blind contour portrait. So this is an example of a blind contour portrait, which everyone can try to create. Now for the continuous contour portrait, you still look at the outline of the contour of the facial features of your subject. You can look at it, but you cannot lift your pencil, and it gives you a continuous line or a continuous mark. With the regular or the modified contour now, so this is what we call a regular or the modified, you can now look at and lift your pencil or your drawing tool to create detailed outline of your subject, right? So that is what the tree technique allows you to do. So it really trains your hand, your eye, and your brain to really represent what is there. All right. Now I am going to, let's see if it's, yes, it's back. Switch back to the presentation. All right, so we have explained and comment on drawing, identify contour drawing techniques, explain the process of creating blind contour and modify contour techniques, and we have produced observational drawing using the different contour drawing techniques. And that is what I wanted for you this afternoon, and I've seen where everyone has participated and have created their own contour drawing. Now I am going to allow you to see some of the capability of the same artist who have practiced this over years and what he has achieved, not just with drawing, but with other areas of drawing. All right, so when you observe your subject and you use your contours, you're able to achieve mastery, which is more or less not what we're trying to achieve, but to have a level of observation when you're creating art is very good. It allows you different approach to how artists have now used different non-traditional and traditional methods of creating art. So here we have an artist who's using his body parts and looking at the surface because he has study of his subjects. So he really looked and observed his subjects, not just for one moment, but for number of years, and now is able to really represent it by observational skills. So drawing is really a skill and an expression. And as I said, he has used non-traditional way and traditional way of expressing himself. I want everyone to get the opportunity to tell me what new you have learned.
That you can draw things are blindfolded.
And all right, so you can draw things blindfolded. And what would be said your beginning or stepping stone to create that kind of drawing? Which one of the drawing would allow you to do that?
Blind contouring.
Which one of the contour drawing would you say allow you now to yes, the blind contour? So the more you practice and study your subject, and you literally, as this term suggests, you draw blindly. So you really study your subjects that you're drawing. You should be able to, after a while, draw from your memory, because that is what the artist draw from. But you have to represent your subjects based on observation first, because you won't be able to his method, and you're just seeing the after effect or effect of what he has done. All right. Anyone else? What have you learned or gathered from today's session? Mr. Burke, are you still with
Well,
us?
Yes, I'm here.
for me
He's
personally,
here.
I
Amina, what
just
about you? What have you gathered from today's activity? What have you learned? Or you found?
I'm just realizing that it's just that you just need to learn the process or the methods. But it's not really hard. It can be fun. I actually enjoyed it just by learning a few things. And I feel like I'm better already. Not hearing me.
Great. That is great. That is great. So now you are now training your eye, your brain to really develop and to put down. You're not hearing me? You're hearing me now?
Yes, we're here.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, we're hearing.
Yes, you're hearing you.
I'm not sure. See that the connectivity. There's a connectivity issue. But I heard what you were saying. Thank you for sharing that. You're saying that you have really you're hearing me, Mr. To share with what you have. So Mr. Burr, and then I'll take Chantal afterwards. Go ahead. What have you taken away from this activity, or what have you learned today? How was it for
Well,
you?
well, it wasn't bad. It was good. And I've learned that, practice can do a lot. because watching the artist there, I really see what practice can do. You understand? Things that seems impossible can be done with a lot of practice. Hearing me?
Great. And I'm glad that you are now seeing that with the simple skills or skill set that you develop.
Yes.
Yes, I'm hearing you clearly. I'm not sure if you're hearing me. Are you hearing me? Okay, great. So I was saying that yes, I agree with you that the practice is what we need,
Right.
because we as individual, as persons, we can look at subject and we can represent them, right? So your
Yeah.
subject that you look at each day, whether it's the car, the hose, the bucket, is basically representing what is around us, using lines and
Yeah.
shapes and observational skills, as you see. So these artists that we see that are
Yeah.
creating works of art, they had to start
Mm-hmm.
somewhere and they had to develop these skills, such as their observational skills and their line skills, and how to represent their
Yeah.
environment and things that are around them for them to even draw from their memory, right? So that is what is really happening in these demonstration videos. And I'm glad
Right.
that everyone is having fun while you are, engaging with the activities. I wanted to hear from Chantal, but I'm not sure if her speaker is allowing her, or connectivity. That could be mine, so I'm going to ask her to
You're
go
hearing
again.
me?
Go ahead.
You're hearing
Okay,
me?
I'm hearing you now.
See?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can talk to
Yes,
us about your experience. Go ahead.
it was fun. At first, the blindfolding one, it was kind of weird because you wanted to look and you're not sure if what you're seeing is what you're drawing. But what I realized with art that even if I make mistake, it can actually turn into something that people won't know it was mistake. It really is creative, and with a lot of practice, as everybody said, it it will turn out very well. You go a far way with art. Yeah, it was fun.
All right, wonderful. And I think I have achieved my objective today, and I'm pleased to hear the feedback and that everyone has had fun, and you have also encountered challenges that you have overcome, right? So that is a part of it. So the challenges that you have, as you said, it was weird, and when you finish, you realize it was distorted and a little quirky, but it is a learning process, and there's so many techniques out there that can build on your skill set once you're exposed to the art. All right, with that said, you have assignment tasks, so now you're going to practice doing these art contour drawing. I'm going to show you the platform. So I invited everyone to the platform. You were all invited. I hope you're seeing it. So Miss Green and Mr. Burke has accepted. Now this platform, it is in your email, so you can just click the invite link and you should be able to go in the classroom. The classwork are already posted, right? So this is what it looks like. There's a lot of resources. So you have art, Jamaican art and artists that are posted, resource corner, where you have a lot of videos and art materials. And I will be uploading each time I get content and do my own videos. And I will posting that in the classroom so you can actually look at and to build on your skill set that you already have. So we did the classwork today, and as a two-person already accepted the invite, so you're just going to upload. So once you accept it, you upload your work here, and then you have the same thing for the assignment task. So it's practice, as we said. So it asks you to produce one contour drawing each based on yourself. So you can use yourself this time, or material culture, the same subjects that we have, but try to use different ones. And we can get them from your fruits, vegetable, utensils, art supplies, just about anything that you have at home, utilizing your drawing pen, pencil, marker, or whatever drawing tools that you have. You can utilize a drawing paper if you have a drawing book, that is good. And you also have digital applications. If you want to, for me to tell you what are some of the digital application you can draw on. If you don't have a drawing surface, you can draw digitally. There's a lot of application out there that you can use, and try to do the drawings from your observation. That is what really develop your skills. All right, so I'm going to ask everyone to really accept this invite. So this is what the platform looks like, and it is compact with all the resources that you will need for feedback and to really track what you have done each week. All right. Is there any question before we go?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Turn that down for me now. Are these classes recorded?
Yes, I recorded. So in the event that for you jumped off, because I realized even Miss Shirley, because she was the one who requested it because she was having Wi-Fi issues. What I should have done is ask your permission first as well, because I know it's not everyone wants that. But in the event you missed a class, for example, something comes up next week and you're unable to participate, but you really want to catch up and find out what's happening in class, I can record the classes so you can see what was done, and you can follow up and try to catch up on any week that you might have missed out on. Is that okay?
I would appreciate that because I work some Sundays and I won't be able to log on, but I don't want to miss anything.
All right, great. Is that
Where
okay
would
with
I find the recordings?
I am going to upload it to my YouTube channel. I have a channel where I do all my demonstrations and recordings. I'm going to do that. And then I send the link because I don't want to be sending an entire video that might have like 23 megabytes or 50 or so on, which is literally 2 hours. So once I upload it to the platform, I can send a link where you can watch it numerous times.
Okay, thanks.
All right, great. Any other question?
Yes, Miss. Where go to get the invite so you can see the platform? I'm not seeing it.
All right, I'm going to send the code in the group, but it was sent in your email. So if you see you
Okay.
have people, this is why I ask you for your Gmail in um the the form that you signed up. And
So
once you
it's
do
supposed to
that,
be my
because
email.
yes, I'm seeing,
I
yes, so
did.
see, okay, so this is what you have. So yes, Mr. Burke, Miss Green, and Miss Francis also. She just accepted. So once you see it in your email, you just press the invite and you should be able to. If you're having challenges, I can also assist you with it offline and go through the process and let you accept the invite. I can go through a tutorial with you afterwards. No problem.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Burke, you have a question? Anyone else has anything, concern, questions?
No,
All
not
right, great.
not right now.
All right, so I'm going to now allow you to finish up. As I said, you are going to practice some more on the contour drawings, blind, continuous, and modify contour, using yourself as a subject or other subject in your material culture. All right, so do
Okay.
have yourself a